NIS? Charani? Could it be? Are we here? Yes, we've returned to the world of Langrisser 1 and 2. Hey, this is PDK. What's going on? Hope you're doing well. Whoever you are, wherever you are, welcome back to the place where peace hopes to reign once again. If Prince Ledden has anything to say about it, we're going to help him out with that if we can. That's him to the left there, my left. Not sure where you're at right now. It's funny, they've got Elwyn and Liana front and center, and we haven't met those two yet, and we won't for quite some time, because we're still on Chapter 12, if I'm not mistaken. First things first, check our settings so you guys know where I'm at, what to expect. Took the background music down just a tad. I'm testing a new mic right now, new equipment, so I want to see how this picks up, so consider this a bit of a trial run. So if the audio sounds slightly different this episode, that's all it is. And I'm going to go back and listen to it. I did a quick test, so it should be okay, but if it's not, I can always go back to my other mic, which I plan on doing at some point, because it's a really good mic, but the only thing about it is it really is sensitive, and it picks up a lot of the button clicks and presses. I use the Xbox 360 controller on my PC, and it's very loud, and I can always go back and edit it in post, but again, it's so much time, and I don't have much of it. Yeah, so I'm just trying to cut corners where I can without sacrificing quality. And again, let me apologize one last time for the delay, and it was for the sake of quality without compromise. So we're in a new recording space. It's actually 5:40 a.m. as I speak, and I can talk as loud or as low as I like. And it's nice. It's lovely. It's wonderful. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. And let's not let it go to waste. One, load, and a lot of save files. I believe, if my memory holds, this is the one we want. Twin Castle, we're coming up on you very soon. But first, I want to check my route. We are on Route C. Depending on what choice we make here, we can either continue straight along C, which could eventually become D, CD, and we can drop to E, which will be a whole nother set of opportunities. I'm going to go for C, complete that, do D, and then later on we can revisit the end of 12 to see what happens on E and elsewhere. Again, my goal is to go through all the brand new paths that have been added to Langrisser 1 before we hop over to 2. Now, unfortunately, because I recorded some extra videos calling myself getting caught up over a month ago, I have already completed routes C and D. So I've seen how those go. So unfortunately, you will not be seeing my fresh blind reaction to these this time. That's unfortunate, but again, I could and I still have those videos unedited. I could record them, or I could edit them and post them, but I just don't think my narration was up to snuff. I mean, I'm not the best anyway, but you could just tell I was very low on sleep and energy, and I want to give you guys the best that I possibly can. Even if it's not the best out there, I want it to be the best that I can do. All things considered, all things being equal. So that's my motivation there. But the good news is I didn't play any further, so routes E all the way to H will still be brand new and fresh. I've been holding off playing all this time just to share the experience with you guys. So that's something to potentially look forward to, maybe, if you care. But if you didn't care, why would you be here? And to that point, if you're the kind of person who goes around disliking videos just cause, my question to you is, if you really dislike the person or the content that they're presenting that much, why even be there? That's something that you just think about. You know, maybe it's time to reconsider your life choices and decisions. Because time is a very precious commodity, these days more than ever. So why spend it doing anything or being anywhere you'd really rather not? Right? That's my take. I mean, everybody's different. And I know I can't speak to everybody. I just know when it comes to myself, if I don't like something that much, I tend to... Oh yeah, we need to sort Lance out. I tend to just not partake in it. If I'm finding myself not enjoying a video, for example, I tend to just click away. I do leave dislikes sometimes, but very rarely. Very rarely. Because if I can't communicate to the person what I disliked about it, I feel like it's not really being productive at all. See, I'm all about construction. I like to build things up. People, places, and things. So I usually just click away and spend my time doing something else that I would rather be doing. So anyway, we got a Sword Lance out. He's got enough points to class up. We're going to be playing through the game several times, so we'll get to explore various possibilities with everybody. Show off as much as we can. So at some point we're going to make him a Royal Guard, go down the Knight path, keep him pure and simple. But, you know, I'm old school. You know, my first Langrisser game was Warsong, so I can't help but think of him as a Dragon Knight at this stage. So we want to kind of put him on that path for now, I think. So I think, actually, you know what? I'm going to make him a Dragon Knight on the next run. We're just going to go straight down the Knight path here. And I'm not going to lie to you, I'm only doing this because, unfortunately, I know what's going to happen on these paths now because I've already played them. So I think for what I can look forward to, I think I'd rather him be a Knight this particular time. For the paths that I don't know what's coming, I'll go ahead and go back to Dragon. So Assault Metal Knight Order probably can be replaced by this. Yeah, moving forward, magic resistance is going to be one of the most important stats. Pretty soon. As of this moment, it's still pretty inconsequential. Oh, and he needs equipment, doesn't he? Oh, no, I was actually preemptive. I was planning ahead. Good. It's nice when I think to do that. So he's already got his equipment. He's got his skills. And we're not worried about his spells if he even has any. Oh, he's got a few. That's right. This game is a lot more generous than some with the character spells. You know, that's something that kind of bummed me out about Der Langrisser, is that the characters who are not magic aficionados, let's say, like your Jessicas and your Hines, or excuse me, Haynes. I know I'm so used to, because everyone calls him Hein, but I'm going by the Japanese pronunciation. They say Haynes, so I try to call him Hayne. So characters like Taylor or Lester or whatnot, well, I guess Lester for Langrisser 2, they don't have nearly as much magic as they did in the original Langrisser 2, especially offensive magic. So it's nice to see everybody getting a little something. Again, throwing with Fireball inexplicably right out the gate is nice. Albert with Dull and Shatter. Spells that are a lot more useful than I give them credit for, because I hardly ever bother with them, but they're usually not necessary. But anyway, I'm just rambling, talking about things that don't matter right now, but what can I say? I'm just happy. I'm excited. I'm just glad to be here right now. I really am. So anyway, let's just get to it. And to celebrate this occasion, I don't think I'm going to be editing this video too much, so you're going to have to suffer through all my jibber jabber. Won't that be fun? We'll give Ledin, we'll just give him a couple. We don't really want to focus on him. We really want to focus on Lance. You know, this is his time to shine. He's joining the crew a little bit earlier than usual for this game, so we want to make the most of that opportunity. And we'll give him 6 Lancers. Why not? We're going all out. Narm. Oh, you know what? I apologize. I'm all over the place, but I didn't really check people's classes. It's been a while since I played. Right, we're making Ledin a king. Chris is going to princess most likely. Alright, I decided to make Narm a high master. I think this is slightly different than last time because I've always liked the ranger high master type classes in these games, and I feel like they're really well represented in this one. So yeah, we're going that route. She's fine at Archmage. At this point, we just want to unlock these other classes for the spells or troops they might offer her, but she's pretty much good. The main thing is to get her to level 30 so she'll unlock all of her high damage magic. Taylor and, not Taylor, Thorn and Hawking are kind of backseat burners right now, unfortunately. Albert to a lesser extent. Eventually I'm going to work on Taylor just because he has a 5th class that's actually pretty good. Serpent Lord or Serpent Master actually gets their Blizzard spell back from Langrisser 2, which is nice. And I think we're good. So I guess we really want to focus on Narm and Lance for this battle. It's going to take her a while to get to High Master, but it is well worth it. But she's pretty powerful as a ranger as is, so we're doing okay either way. Gonna give her Dragoons, I guess. Oh, she can only have 1 as a ranger. Then it really doesn't matter, does it? It really doesn't matter. They probably will not be sticking around too long. High Elves actually wouldn't be bad for this battle either, but not gonna worry about it. I guess she can get a few. Chris. Doesn't really need troops. Most of them don't really need troops. Yeah. We're gonna go lean. We're trying to watch our weight right now. Is this the L? Yes, 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 Chris, it is. It's the return of the LP. Thank you. And Reslam. This is the one time I want to be late for something. If you don't mind. And Taylor will take up on it though. He can't wait to see hell. Looks like he just came straight out of it actually. So, something funny I noticed about the commanders on their end. Oh, well, he doesn't get a name. She doesn't get a name. But her, see, Assam, Rislam, they're very Eastern sounding names for the most part, aren't they? Maybe not Sargalius. Digos, you know, as opposed to our very bread and butter names. Okay, bad example. But we got Chris, we got Lance, we got a Jessica, we got a Taylor, we got an Albert. So yeah, there are a couple of exotic exceptions, you know, like our favorite warrior princess over here. But for the most part, you know, they have very, very Western sounding names. So it's almost like it's a, you know, an underhanded jab or symbolic, subliminal messaging. That's the word I was looking for. A little subliminal messaging is like the conflict is sort of East versus West, West versus East. So that's your daily dose of PDK's look too deep, where I look too deeply into things and probably make it into something that it's not. So moving forward, yeah, I usually keep those to myself, but I just couldn't help but notice that. There are exceptions on both sides, of course. And you know what? We don't really want to bother with moving these guys, do we? They can find their way. They're set to attack. I think they can figure the rest out. We're going to actually put his on standby so that Lance and his men can get the floor. And she probably wants hers on defense because they're just there to sort of supplement. Narm is going to lead the charge here. This mage can actually do surprising damage with her magic, so I don't want to take her too lightly. So I will tread cautiously with care. Albert and everyone else is just going to support Narm on her journey to acquire more experience. Read a little something something. That's what she is right now. But we love her and we want to give her what she wants. If it's Rabbit Baby wants, it's Rabbit Baby's gonna get. I'll do my best.
Digos, 待っていろよ。
所詮貴様らの力では私を倒すことなどできんのだ。
Well, Digos?
Digos には、じゃ。
Got news for you. You'll be the first man to reach eternity. Give me just a minute. We're working on it. So yeah, I have to remember that the dialogue is set to manual again. I'm so used to playing the no commentary run where I just let it run on its own that I have to get back to pressing the buttons. So yeah. We're back in full effect. He's gonna gun for Ledin and probably, possibly, potentially lose his life. Yep, I called it. Called it. Oh, but at least we got a level out of it. Yeah, you're gone. Bye-bye. See ya. Yeah, don't stick around. You're just taking up space that we need. So yeah, this battle, this map. Compared to the one in Warsong, do you remember that one?
Never was one to spend time in the slaughterhouse. It's not my thing. And this is even worse. Blizzard. Ooh. And there's that fire we were talking about.
Yeah. Bit of a difference. Bit of a difference. For one thing, there's less enemies to deal with. That's partially due to the fact that you can hire less troops in this game. Yeah, you're good, Lance.
やられるわけにはいかぬ
And this is also to make sure that Ledin doesn't steal it. But I'm pretty sure she isn't nearly as suicidal as that commander was. Her positioning doesn't really allow for it for one, so we should be good. We should be safe, but I don't know. This game... Langrisser games have a way of surprising you. Oh no, we're not standing there because, again, if she decides to get frisky, yeah, I'm gonna have to pour out a bottle for her, and I don't have any on me right now. And Jessica's gonna move up. The elves will catch up. They know the way. If they don't, somebody show them. And get these elite guards up here. Chalco speeds? Chalco spides? Chalco speedes? I actually looked it up. I was surprised. There are very few words that are not in my Webster's dictionary. That was not in there. So go figure. I know it's Greek in origin, but that's all I know. Hawking, could you reach Narm with acceleration? Which is pretty much why we bring him along for the ride, is because he can boost our people up. And you know what? Before I do that, can he reach with a spell? He can, but she's only fighting Spearman and a Magician. I don't think she needs the extra attack, so let's just get the most out of this. If we can. Don't need to see that full animation, I don't think. Seen it plenty of times before. He is a Dragon Knight this time. I also switched that up, but he might go back to the Serpent Path as needed. Because again, that is a thing that you can use to advantage. You can alter a character's class at will for each chapter, depending on the map, the terrain, the enemies. So he doesn't have to stay on a dragon, but for right now, it's going to help him get around quickly. And we're actually going to hold off because now he is probably more susceptible to magic, and she has Cyclone. And I don't want him to mess with that, so we'll just keep him back a little bit. And we're just going to throw her in there, actually. We don't even need her men. She's just going to solo. And she's out for blood. I don't disapprove. Yeah, they're gone. They're well into tomorrow. And you just camp out there. You'll probably be safe in the phase. Put another roll on. Digos is not moving. I like to think that he's adding a little moisture to his pants, but I don't know. I mean, come on. He's watching everything unfold right before his eyes. One after one, his men are falling in short order. And we're just getting started. Blizzard hurts only a little bit. The Knights seem to have decent magic resistance. He is trying to get himself killed, but I don't think Hawking will one-shot him, which is kind of good. And, okay, that wasn't the commander, so that's good. Oh, they're going after her Dragoon, aren't they? I just caught that. Yeah, that's not good. So maybe they need to stick with her. Yeah, you stick with her. You heal. And I didn't want to give him the experience, but Taylor's just going to kind of create a bit of a plug here. If they got to get through, they're going to have to get through him. And I don't think that's going to work out too well. Similarly, we're going to use this choke point to our advantage with Hawking and move him right there. So one person can get here. And that's better than standing him here because then he could get attacked twice. Which would be fine if I wanted him to have the experience. It would be preferred actually, but I don't want that. So you have to be a bit particular and a bit stingy in this game if you want certain characters to reach certain classes. Especially if you're trying to reach them in an expedient manner. You know, I've never been a fan of getting my final classes in the last battle or the penultimate battle because at that point you really can't enjoy all the benefits that you've unlocked. And it just doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem right. It's not the way I want to play. If I can help it. Now, you would think that 2 knights would be enough to take out, yes, a lowly warlock. Or witch, I guess. Warlock is the male version, if we're being proper. I don't think the game really cares about all that, though. And Ledin is just going to be a bit of a lightning rod because I know he can take it. And Chris is also very sturdy, so she can go in here too. And Jessica will keep her back slightly. And might as well put you there to heal. And we'll put them on charge for now. And I think we're done. Yeah. On second thought, I guess I'll edit this video a little bit because I don't want it to get too long. Again, I like my episodes to be sort of reasonable in length. I don't expect too much to happen right now, so I'll bring you back in just a bit. And welcome back, everyone. You didn't miss much. We pretty much took care of the left side. About to pick up these glitteries. Just expecting it to be gold and money. Nothing fancy. Pretty much been feeding everything to Lance. Just got to deal with Reslam and Assam. She's up next, so let's see if the Dragoons actually have enough to get it done. They might. We'll put them here just to be safe. See what happens. Nah, not quite enough juice. And I think for moments like this where I'm really going to be focusing on a couple of characters and giving them a lot of experience, since that slows the battle down, I think I'll try to edit those parts out especially, just to make it a little bit more enjoyable. Now I could just, you know, just keep talking, but we could have a conversation. I'm going to be a little one-sided, but the thing is, I really would like to keep these episodes for this particular series at around 40 minutes max, preferably 30 minutes or lower, but most episodes will probably exceed the 30-minute mark. I'm just going to have to accept that. And Narm will finish this off. But hey, I don't mind if you don't mind. I just, again, don't like to take up too much of your time. It's always interesting how they choose to give some officers names and then they leave the rest completely generic. So maybe that's just a sense of, maybe that's just a way to convey a sense of importance. You know, like some of them maybe are a little bit more seasoned, have a little more experience, whereas the others are a little wet behind the ears, maybe. Maybe that's the implication. Yeah, castle's looking pretty empty right around now. We got this wave to deal with, and then it's pretty much Digos. Okay, I'm kind of curious to see how this one's going to play out. Hawking's got fades with them. Okay. I'm fine with that. We're about to lose all that experience, it's looking like, because I don't think he's going to wait or employ his men to do his dirty work. They're very hands-on in Dawson, so you got to give them credit for that. They don't ask their men to do anything that they aren't willing to do. That is a commendable trait, and under other circumstances I would applaud them. But since I kind of have to murder them. And you know, it's a shame too, because if you look outside the castle, I mean, come on, take it, you know. Look at this. It seems like such a nice day in Dawson. Skies are beautiful baby blue, lush white clouds lazily rolling by. Yeah, they're moving, you can see that. You know? And we're scrambling and slaughtering each other over here. Go figure. Go humans, huh? But listen, they started this conflict and somebody's got to finish it. And if it's got to be me, it's got to be me. He has Fireball. I wonder what kind of damage that can do. Decent. Not enough to finish anyone, but... because, you know, I just don't want this experience to go to waste, so... as much as I wanted Narm to have it... Albert's probably got better attacking than Hawking, so... we'll give Hawking the weak one in the level, which he probably needed. And Albert will attempt to go for this guy. He should be able to finish him, yep. Albert's a pretty good offensive fighter. You don't have to worry about having him on the front line generally. And whatever happens, happens. If they have to kill themselves, hopefully they do it on Narm's blade and not anybody else's. That would be ideal. I think we're just kind of stuck here for the time being. So I'm not going to worry about anything. I don't want to kill him just yet. I want to try to clean up these guys on the side. So in order to help facilitate that being a possibility, we are going to... well, only one can attack in this funnel anyway, so we'll just leave it there. Command, stand by for now, and we're good. Good enough. GED. Okay. You know, I also realized with the new art, my hang up with it, well, not really my hang up, but just my overwhelming preference for the older art, which I haven't turned on yet. Aren't you proud of me? Is this a new record for me? Well, since I brought it up, since I was thinking about it, you know what I'm about to do. Classic characters, because classic map is not really a, you know, because it's not classic. This isn't how it looked in Warsong. This is still based on Dramatic Edition, and even then, there have been some alterations to fit in line with the Remakes Edition. So, yeah, I don't really care for that so much. So the new map is fine, but we like the classic characters. Satoshi's art is very, very welcome. It's very pleasing. It's very cozy. I'm very much at home here. But anyway, that goes back to my hang-up with the new art. What it is more than anything, besides just the fact that I'm used to the old art, and I just genuinely prefer the older art. And I did some searching on the artist of the new game. He also did, what's it called? Air Tonelico? Not sure how to pronounce it. Oh good, he moved his soldier up. Thank you. So nice when things work out the way you intended. And he doesn't really need to cast anything, but you know what? For the sake of experience, I think we will. Let's boost some people so when the time comes, they can get what they need to quickly. There we go. Some for hurt too. But no, I looked up the artist's work, and I realized more than anything, if I'm being honest, I just don't really care for his particular art style. Him or her, it could be a woman. I'm thinking it's a man. Something about the style says man to me, but it could be a woman. But anyway, the artist, I just don't care for their style. That's what it is more than anything. So yeah, that's all it is. If I liked their particular style a little bit more, I think the new art style wouldn't bug me as much, but that's all it is. So if you do like their art, then don't mind me. This is just personal preference. I'm not going to start dogging them or anything about it. I just realized that that's definitely what it is. So I will definitely be switching to the classic art for most of this LP, but I will go to the remastered occasionally to show off the alternate view and also to unlock any CG stills, any portions they may have added to the game, even though most of them are not really too spectacular. And again, I don't like the art style, so it's not really like it's really, you know, it's not really for me so much, but I want to show off the game properly and appeal to the people who do care for it more than I do. The art, not the game itself. And the game itself, let's be honest, it's a flawed representation of the series. If I'm going to be 100% truthful, it does have its issues. I've pointed out most of them already in previous episodes, but overall, where it counts, it's still a fun game. Otherwise, I wouldn't be playing it. I'm not one of those folks who puts myself through unnecessary suffering for no real plausible reason. I mean, you guys are great. I appreciate you, but yeah. I think playing games on the internet for you is enough. That's as far as I go. I'm not going to play games that I hate or dread for you. I think that's going a bit far. And if you're watching me, you probably agree. You probably understand, so appreciate you. And again, we're not going to min-max this too much. Oh, except if they give me that. I can't say no to that. It's Albert the Conqueror. That's what I like to imagine he's saying. Because he will conquer you. Watch out. And Taylor is gonna... he's just gonna back up, and I hope they don't hit him. Because he will kill anybody who's thinking about it. Easily. Effortlessly. In the turn. I think after we kill Reslam, it'll trigger some dialogue, so we want to be on the lookout for that. Most of the dialogue is a nice callback to the original game. It has been updated and revised a bit, but most of the same cues are in place. Same prompts. So, Goon will take out the weaker version themselves because I know they can handle that. And Narm, if any of you guys want to take her on, you're welcome to now. And everybody else can move up this way and get ready to converge with the rest of the group. Become one big happy once again. And in phase. Okay, nice to see that the automatic movement is still in place. You know, sometimes they like to act like they don't know what they're supposed to be doing. Ooh, gotta remember to breathe sometimes. It's funny the things you can forget to do, you know? And thank goodness heads weren't made to detach from necks, because if they were, I probably would have lost mine years ago. Level? Level! And you guys just keep moving up. Nothing to fear. And I'm tempted to just take him out right now, but you know what? Since he's not moving that last soldier, we are going to press up a little bit. Move everybody ever so slightly forward. That can go. And we're just going to be a little more patient. I'm not going to worry about that one measly little soldier. Let's just be practical here. How much experience in the long run is that going to amount to? So whoever gets to him first. Yeah, whoever gets to him first. It's looking like it's going to be Taylor. He's got the reach on that dragon after all. So let's just not take any chances. There's always the possibility Hawking won't get it done somehow. No offense, Hawking. Just being honest here. Because Lance can take this easy. Groan, groan. There you go.
Digos.
Digos. I kind of miss Diegos. I want to call him Diegos. Diegos. We're calling them out. Diegos. Digos. He's like, oh, the people who came in here killing all my men. That's what happened to you. Couldn't see over all these bodies piling up. Only those with power are worthy of deciding the fate of the world. Unfortunately, there's too many people who think like that for real, and welcome to so many problems that we don't have to have on this planet that we do. Thanks, Digos, for representing them. Yeah, you tell them, Ledden. But don't worry, the world will take care of itself one way or another. Gonna shake you off like a dog shakes off its fleas. That's not an original. Where did I hear somebody say that before? That sounds familiar. Anyway, we're gonna move them up. Don't want Narm to go in alone because the cannons are elite soldiers. They're very strong all around. Digos is no slouch himself. Again, nothing as terrible as it was in the OG, but they can still put up a fight. Really, the only threats on this map, in my opinion, are him and the mages because of their magic spells. And some characters do have low magic resistance. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. It's not so much a fight for your life. And I'm okay with that, really. It's fine. I think we want to focus on increasing our commander speed. Because even if they're not going to get the kill, they can support very well. Good magic, good buffs, good boosts to our benefit. And oh, I thought you can make that square, but it's red. Yeah, that increased movement. I thought maybe. So we'll just hold off. And with that, I think I'll cut and bring you back to when we're right at Digos' doorstep. Just a moment. Okay. Looks like Digos is getting a little frisky, so I'm bringing you back prematurely. I wasn't quite done setting up, but this will have to be good enough. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, so not too many stragglers. There was really no point in hiring them, now that I look at it, because they're not going to help against them. In fact, these are about the one unit who they really don't want to go up against, so yeah. Valkyrie will bring you in a little bit closer. Could actually take that kill, but no, we'll try to give it Narm. Can we throw anything up here? Rather put it on her Dragoon because they need it more than she does. Maybe they don't even need her for this. There we go. Type advantage worked to our advantage there. Before I throw her into the Lion's Den, can we possibly... And can't soften them up with the high level stuff. The wide range magic is still out of reach for right now. Yeah. I gotta get her closer then. It's kind of dangerous, but... Oh, you know what? That's what you can do, Valkyrie. You can boost their agility. Well, not really agility in this game as a stat, but their movement range. Get you in here. These knights will offer a fitting sacrifice. It's a little cold, but that's how it's got to be. And hey, and I think, and you know, I like that you can check their current CP from here. So details. He's at 15. That's not bad. That's not bad. But that's right. We're not making him a Dragon Lord on this path this time, so I shouldn't be too concerned about that. He's still got a ways to go before he gets his 5th and final. She probably... I don't know if she can one-shot. Let's put Albert here, and we'll just put her here for now. Get her in position to heal. And... I probably shouldn't have put them there, but it's fine. Just if they could have gone for Albert and fell on his sword along the way, that would have helped out. Soften him up a little bit for Lance's crew. It's okay. Again, we don't have to play everything optimally, right? We can let it hang a little loose too. It's not gonna hurt. We can recover. And he's pouring out the Kavase. That's what it sounded like he said. And it didn't hurt too bad. Which you wouldn't think it would. And Cannon's putting up a fight. Men are dropping like flies, so I'm going to pull them back. Get out of the way. We don't need you. But before I do that, since I'm probably going to throw you right back out there in a minute, let's go ahead and grand heal. And actually, you got enough health, maybe, yeah, okay. Hey, while we're at it, any defense? And you don't have any magic, so no. But you do. You just 2. Doesn't really matter who. Oh, fun fact. Buffs do not stack in this game. And whichever buff was last cast overrides the previous one. So casting Sharpen 1 on the target that has Sharpen 2 already on them basically reduces their augmented attack. So you want to be a little careful with that. No, don't get too crazy. Might come back to bite you. So there you go. Testing stuff out so you don't have to. Don't want to waste your time. Let's give this to Narm. Easy pickings. More concerned about getting her to High Master, honestly. He's well on his way, so not concerned. Plus, Royal Lancers are easily some of the strongest units in this game. So he's going to be just fine against anything that wants to try to take him on. You hear that, Digos? Look, the floor is yours. Got 4 spaces. Step on up. That's okay. We'll step to you. We will step to you. And that kind of hurt, honestly, but it's fine. One more accelerate for the road. That's pretty much what Hawking is known for here. He's a man that likes to motivate people, likes to see them move forward in life, and that's what we're going to do. Lance is going to go all the way back here because he can. It would be nice if he was the one to finish off Digos. So let's see how it pans out. Close, not quite enough, but I expected that. This video might be a little longer than my standard, but it's fine. After all, it's a celebration. We're back. We've returned. We're ironing out the kinks. New mic, new equipment, so it's an interesting period right now. And he got another level. And with everything going on in the world right now, again, I don't like to talk about real life topics too much, but it's pretty insane depending on where you live. So again, I'm just trying to stay positive and stay productive, and anybody who's here with me, I'm just here to have a good time with you. You know, have a little stress release, a little relaxation. So thanks for being here. And thanks for giving me a reason to be here. And scenario is clear. Whatever this man had, he lost it. It's gone. But that would be why. He wasn't in his right mind, but it's no fault of his own apparently. Black mist sounds like a spell. Sounds like a curse. Sounds like something I had last week that wasn't pleasant. Somebody sing the diarrhea song. Too much information? I apologize. I'm about to say, call me by my name, Baldian boy. Come on. Little respect here. I just cleaned out your castle for you. You can call me by my first name. It was a dark evil smoke. It appeared to emanate from your body. It was the power of gas. It seems you were holding it in for far too long. Wake up. Now this is a side of Digos we have not seen before this game, I mean. Ah, he wants to seppuku. Don't seppuku. I mean, we don't need you, but I don't want to... I never like to see anybody lose their life unnecessarily. The damage has been done, dude. Just atone with your life. But not by ending it. And no, you weren't worthy, but that's no reason to kill yourself. Imagine if people killed themselves every time they failed or were unworthy to accomplish something. Man, I'm glad that's not a thing. You know, forgiveness is a thing for a reason. You got to be able to forgive your failures, as well as somebody else's. You know, can we take this time to just promote a little more love and understanding and patience with each other? Let's just be kinder to each other. Let's be kinder to ourselves. Can we do that? Can we just do that? Try it for a day, everybody, across the board, and see if anything happens, anything comes out of it. Anyway, let me get off my soapbox. Would you be so kind as to return my sword that you stole? Nicholas was the one who I entrusted with the safekeeping of the sword. Nicholas of all people. Remember him? Fair enough, if this is your first time here, if you're new to the game, you haven't met Nicholas yet. But anybody who's played Warsong, Langrisser 1, you probably know Nicholas, also known as Mortimer, for you really old school OG Warsong vets. A man who finds the power of darkness fun. Okay. Digos is confused again. He knows this man, and he doesn't know him. Sounds suspicious. Yeah, man, somebody's playing Total Recall on your brain space. Hey, shout out to the original Total Recall. Anybody seen that film? The one with the Governor? I saw it recently for the first time in years. The last time I saw it, I was so young I couldn't even really know what was going on. That film has held up surprisingly well. Check it out if you haven't. Not the recent remake. The OG, like late 90s, early 90s. Or, excuse me, late 80s, early 90s Total Recall. Check that out. Yeah. It's a competition. Lance beat out Narn by 1 point. She's not going to let him hear the end of that. Okay, so we are on chapter 13, Creeping Darkness. So we are officially on Route C still. Sargallius was not defeated. Oh, what am I saying? He was defeated. We have to let him live in order to drop to Route E. So we know what we have to do. But we're going to come back to that. We've still got a little ways to go here. So in the next episode, we're going to take on a few monsters. 4 enemies. Pre-deployment most likely means there will be reinforcements. So look forward to that. Thanks for being here. It's great to be back. I can't put it in words. So, as I continue to shake the dust off, I hope you'll stick with me. This is just the beginning of things that are on the horizon. If you love Langrisser in particular, there's a lot to look forward to for this series down the road with me. But one thing at a time. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just enjoy the moment while it's here. And tomorrow will do what tomorrow will do. So, this has been PDK. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're not, now's the time to start. Have fun. Take care of yourself. Be responsible. Handle what you gotta handle. This is not a time to let things get away from you. Stay on top of it. But relax when you can. Maintain all that good stuff. Hopefully. I will see you soon.